So one of the main attributes that I think I've developed across my degree is my use of written and spoken English. Obviously, as an English literature student, I've got to be really articulate. We do a lot of presentations where we need to put our point across in a very concise and clear manner. We're debating with other students on really contentious issues. They've got very different opinions from us, so it's really important to have a really strong voice and be able to put that across. Also, we do a lot of essays, a lot of reading, so it's really important to have that strength there with your written and spoken English. I've been able to collect a lot of information to then develop that with other fields of study. English literature just isn't about reading books to me, you know, it's a lot about the historical context and the cultural knowledge that you can get from reading those books, the psychology of the author and, you know, what was going on at the time, a lot of their philosophies and their theories and how they relate that to what they've read 100 years ago, so that's really interesting too. But I've been able to analyse and use my analytical skills to then look at unfamiliar things and be able to work those out. I've done modules such as Literatures in Time and the biblical module that I'm doing at the moment, which is all about translating it into literature. So I've had to really translate early modern and medieval English into modern day stuff, which has enabled me to really work out what the language is all about and be able to, you know, do it and really put my point across in modern English. So last year I studied at the University of Melbourne on an international student exchange programme for the whole year. And one of the subjects that I did was called Art, Pornography, Blasphemy and Propaganda, which I found really, really interesting and inspiring. One of the attributes that I've learned through that is how to adapt to an unfamiliar setting or a new surrounding. Being in Australia itself, there was a lot of new grade boundaries, a lot of teacher expectations that I wasn't really aware of before and that I really had to adapt to and get used to. So that was, you know, a real character building process for me. I felt like I got a lot of strength out of that. In conjunction with that, I learned how to respond really well to criticism with those new boundaries and those new expectations. I did a few things wrong to start off with, and you know, all these Australian kids were doing it right, and I felt a little bit like I wasn't quite up there with the rest of them. So I had to really respond well to that criticism and really take on board what people had said. And I think that's really vital in the graduate world for a student to be able to really learn that at university. As well, I've been able to use a lot of the key skills that I learned at university to be able to go towards a career goal or continue in education. With art, pornography, blasphemy and propaganda, I've used a lot of the knowledge that I learned in that topic to then look towards my dissertation for this year. So I'm looking a lot at like sexual ecstasy and religious ecstasy and fantasy in novels. So hopefully I'm going to be able to use that knowledge that I learned last year to really strive forward this year and do really well.